this list are by no means required for you to take to become a product manager. Ultimately, what I wanted to do was provide you with a list. That way, if you were in between taking two different classes, you could reference this and go back, and that would help you make your decision. Because these are the classes that my friends and I and my coworkers thought were classes that were beneficial to us to becoming great product managers. So the first type of classes that we're going to talk about are technical classes. These are going to be your computer science classes that are going to help you reach the technical bar to be a product manager and successfully communicate with engineers. And the five main classes that I really suggest taking are ultimately some core computer science classes, data structures and algorithms, software design, user interface design, web databases, and operating systems. If you're able to take these five classes and do well in them and really take something away, you're going to be way more prepared than I ever was. And you're going to be incredibly prepared to be a successful product manager. And you could even serve as a technical product manager if you want. Outside of those classes, really anything that's going to be more beneficial are just going to be specialized classes such as machine learning or artificial intelligence. And those are the classes that are really going to help you to be more of a specific PM. Like if you wanted to be a machine learning PM, that's where really those classes will come in handy. But those five core ones that I just talked about, they're going to be more than enough to really just kind of get you ahead to be technical enough to be a product manager. Ultimately, I think that doing a computer science minor and taking data structures and algorithms and then an elective course is going to be more than enough to meet that technical bar regardless. I do want to add though that, and I've talked about that, I probably killed this idea already, but you should basically take any classes that you're going to go from an idea to actually creating a product. And usually this is going to be one of your capstone classes for computer science, but try to take it as early as possible because a class like that can be super beneficial to your interviews. So the next set of classes are what I would call business classes, which is a very wide array of classes. But the first set I recommend are economics classes. You should really take micro and macro economics, because these are going to give you a better idea of supply and demand. Product managers have to make monetization and trade-off decisions all the time, and having a better understanding of economics is really going to put you in a better place to be able to make those decisions. The next are data analysis or statistics class. Most of you are going to have to take statistics to graduate college, but being able to take any class that involves R, Tableau, or Python, all doing data analysis, is going to be a great way to improve your ability to make data-driven decisions. One, you're going to be able to learn about that. And two, any product manager that can run their own machine learning models just using the algorithms of those programs are going to be leaps and bounds above the product managers that can't. That's something that really impresses engineers in your team, is being able to do that. Because humans aren't really rational decision-making people all the time, another good class that is kind of on the edge of business is psychology. I highly recommend that you take at least one class in college, and it can be anyone, that involves human psychology and their decision-making process and being able to learn about more fallacies and biases of humans. A fantastic book you could also read to substitute this is a book called Thinking Fast and Slow. It's incredible. Dick Costolo, the CEO of Twitter, recommended it to me when he came and spoke at the University of Michigan. And any class that has that book on its course list is going to be a great class to take. The next group of classes that I recommend taking are the straight business classes. And any classes that are really going to be involved with strategy, sales, marketing, or communication are going to be fantastic classes to take. Some business schools like mine had excellent business communication teachers, believe it or not, that were really good at what they did. So being able to take those classes is going to be super helpful. A lot of engineers have difficulty being a good communicator or working with a team, and these are the classes that you can help to develop those skills. As a product manager, you're going to have to make strategy market decisions, so that's where that class will come in. As a product manager, you're responsible for selling your product to your team, your customers, the executives, everyone. So a great sales class. A good product manager knows the ins and outs of their marketing strategy for their products, so that's going to come in handy too. Really, most business classes are going to help develop your skills that some aspect involve being a great product manager. The last set of classes that I recommend taking are design classes. A lot of product managers really aren't that strong at UI designs, such as using Illustrator, Photoshop, Sketch, or any Adobe products. So really taking any class that utilizes one of those products and teaches you good design skills is going to help you stand out by creating a design portfolio that you can show recruiters and interviewers. So the last set of classes that I recommend taking are really any class that you enjoy. There was a lot of classes that I took that I just enjoyed taking that I was able to talk about in my interviews and use to connect with my interviewers. The classes that I provided you are ultimately kind of the rudimentary ones, but as long as you're taking classes in computer science or anything technical, business, and design, you're really going to be on the right track. And so don't overweight these classes too. Just because you take the right classes doesn't mean you're going to get the job. These classes are ultimately going to help prepare you for the interview and when you actually get the job, but they're not really going to help you get the job. Like, just because you took these classes doesn't mean you're qualified, because they're just not unique enough. Everyone who's applying to the program probably took these classes, or they could have. So really focus on taking these skills and applying them outside the classrooms. Also, any course you take that's not a computer science class is probably going to boost your GPA, which is going to help you get an interview.